I'm Cedric Derry, as I've already been introduced to you, and I'm excited to be here as I barely attended these congresses back in school. And I'm here to simply introduce you over the next few minutes to an innovative platform that some senior colleagues and I have come up with. And as I alluded to earlier on, our name is from the same root as the word mnemonic, so from the Greek goddess of memory, mnemosine. And at the root of learning is memory. And just as memory forms this foundation, we sought to bring everything into one memory space to allow you to find your journey through medicine much easier and constructive. So, can you do the next slide? So one may ask, why MNEMOS? So over the years in medical school, I remember back in first year, my brother was in final year in UDS, and he always kept talking about how medical school, you have to constantly be on the ward. And then fast forward to a few years, I also got to experience this back in Kolebu. And coupled with other experiences of my senior colleagues, we thought that the overwhelming medical content that you have to constantly reference across several books and resources, to put them together to make it easier for you. Now you find that back in medical school, you have so many lectures you have to attend, the constant hours you have to put in trying to access the various resources just to prepare for your exams, which top it all up by not just testing your memory but your resilience. And so we thought it wise to put together an interface that puts everything together for you. So our MNEMOS, our vision is simple: to make learning easier, collaborative, and simpler. And embodied in our core values is what is embedded in your theme for this Congress. So we seek to make sure that medical education and learning is accessible, intuitive. Excellence is also a hallmark, as well as collaboration. In the MNEMOS ecosystem, we have several elements that will help you in your medical journey. I'll be enumerating some of these momentarily. The first are concise lecture videos, which we've curated in-house. So first of all, we've put together some videos that cover the various clinical disciplines, and we are expanding into the basic sciences as well. Our interface is fairly simple and interactive and easy to use. Once you log on to mnemosmed.com or scan a QR code will display at the end, it will take you to our interface where you can register for free and access some of the resources I'll enumerate momentarily. Besides the lecture videos, whilst watching these lecture videos, you have the opportunity to use our AI tool our developers have come up with. And with this AI tool, you are able to quiz or ask questions about the material that's used in these videos. And so, for example, you are watching a video on stroke, and you want to ask a question about hemorrhagic versus infarctive strokes. You can just ask that, and then you would get references from the text material all in one place. And then you can also generate MCQs from these materials all at the same point. Moving on, we have other AI tools that our developers are adding to our content. We've also curated a whole array of MCQs that are set by our own lecturers, our own consultants, and our own examiners. We understand that despite our questions being set to global standard to prepare us not just for the Ghanaian market, but the international market as well, it's also relevant to make sure that some of these questions are just Afrocentric, and you won't find them elsewhere besides your country and the sub-region, which is why we've curated some of these questions derived from our own medical schools, and we're already in collaboration with some of our lecturers from the various medical schools to improve our content. On top of this question bank and our videos available, we have other AI-powered tools that we are developing. The first is an AI-powered tool we term as AIM. That's the AI-powered MCQ explanation tool. So this tool, besides the MCQs that you already have there, you can introduce your own MCQs into the system, and then you derive explanations with references to these. So now you don't have to go and look into Hutchison, go back to Harrison's, and go to some Oxford just to derive explanation for your learning material. In one space, you're able to put all of this, and then it saves you some time. On top of that, we also have another one known as AMBA, and so this is the AI, medical book reference, which curates all the common resources from up-to-date Medscape all the common textbooks that we use to give you access to all these resources with recommended areas to read for the various subjects. And on top of this, we are also introducing you to Prof. Woluche. Now, this is our repository of knowledge which gives you access to AI OSCE simulation for our clinical year students. So here, we've created a whole array of the common medical conditions you would encounter on the wards and in practice. And then we are also developing a tool to make this AI much more intuitive and generative and predictive, such that whatever responses you give are those that you know. It's based on those responses that you get the feedback. And so you'd find very interesting responses from Prof. Woluche. I remember back in medical school, Prof. Adi told someone to get up so that the cells in his brain can, reverberate in an examination or in final part one, you can imagine. And so you get some of these resources that will prepare you for or simulate some of the OSCE settings that you tend to get. And hopefully, going forward, we are going to add more features to improve our platform. So you may ask, is this a free-for-all platform, or are there, some costs that come with it? In the ensuing months for the rest of the year, we are launching our videos that are going live today, and subsequently we'll introduce the AI features before the end of the year with improvements going into the next. And so we are hoping to collaborate with the FGMSA and are also in talks with some individuals at the MDC and the various medical schools to offer this platform when it's fully launched into medical schools, so that you get these at very subsidized prices that don't, dent your pockets or those of your caretakers. Let me move on. Okay, so the roadmap going forward is we are here today to officially launch our platform, that's MNEMOS to you all. And then we've not forgotten our colleagues in the basic sciences and paraclinical sciences. And so we are expanding our content in, consultation with our examiners and lecturers to make the content available across all the clinical disciplines and expand into the basic sciences. And then, as I mentioned, our AI tool, we are using a large data set to ensure that your responses that you get as you go along become more predictive and generative, such that it's not just those that we've put into the system that you get responses from. And then going forward to our OSCE challenges are going to allow you to have peer-to-peer session. So my brother in TTH can have a peer session with me at UGMC over a preparation for, say, the newly introduced MDC examinations that you might be taking. And then we are also going to add content going into the subsequent year for our GEMP entrance as well as, add some clinical examination videos which is standardized across board to make learning easier for you. And then finally, we'll launch our app, just to mention a few things that we plan on doing. Okay. And so besides all of this, there are other opportunities for you with MNEMOS. As I mentioned, it's built to be collaborative and make things easier for all of you. And so there are opportunities for all of you through the FGMSA. You can join us, you get mentors, not just myself. You get other senior colleagues in there to help you. We also offer internship opportunities and offer some sponsorship as well as some ambassador roles. And so you can join us at MNEMOS and make your journey in medicine easier. So in conclusion, MNEMOS is for all of us. It's not just a learning platform to add to the mix, but it's one that is going to leverage technology to make learning easier and better for us all. And so I encourage all of you to, if you can indulge me and pick up your smart devices and scan our code or log on to mnemosmed.com and access our available resource at the moment. So spread the word that today MNEMOS is live. Once again, I'm Cedric Derry, and it's a pleasure for your indulgence. Thank you.